Hi, Juliet. It feels like an eternity since we last spoke. I hope you've been living a prosperous and fulfilling life.
What? I'm sorry, but I have no clue who you are. Your phone number is unfamiliar to me, and I don't recall ever saving it in my contacts. Please accept my apologies. Are you perhaps someone I know from my professional network?
Not in the slightest. It's me, the woman who gave birth to you.
What? Mom, is that really you? Did you get a new phone number or something?
What are you babbling about, Juliet? I don't think I ever owned a phone in the past, so I never had a phone number to begin with. It truly has been ages since we laid eyes on each other, hasn't it? 20 years ago or something along those lines? By now, you must be approaching 30, or have already reached that milestone, right?
No, actually, I'm only 25 years old. Wait a minute, are you the same person who abandoned me and Dad 20 years ago and never looked back?
That's a very harsh and unfair way to describe what happened, okay? I never intended to leave you guys behind. You see, I had a lot of issues that were plaguing me back then, and that's why I had to get away from the house for a while.
Are you serious? Are you truly Gabriella?
What is wrong with you, Juliet? Why would you address your own mother by her first name like that? You can call me Mom, just like you used to do all those years ago.
No, hold on a second. What? Why would I ever refer to you as my mom now? From what I remember and from what I've been informed, you deserted Dad and me 20 years ago because you had accumulated a colossal amount of debt, and you dumped it all on Dad to deal with. You expect me to call someone who did that to my dad, huh? Why on earth are you even conversing with me now anyway? You haven't even reached out to me at all for the past 2 decades. So why now of all times? Have you decided to emerge from your hiding place? And before you respond to that, tell me how on earth you even had my phone number in the first place?
Well, I returned to town and inquired one of your old-time friends about you and how to get in touch with you. And they also revealed to me that you're married now as well. Congratulations. I'm so proud of you, Juliet. And I feel so honored to have a daughter like you.
Ah, so that's what this is all about then? So that's the motive behind why after 20 long years you're coming back out and attempting to reconnect with me again. I'm sure you heard all about the man I married, right?
Well, to be frank, anyone would want to reestablish contact with their daughter, having heard that she got hitched to a CEO. Really, I need to ensure that I cling to you more tightly now. Thank God I have someone like you around for me still.
Why are you behaving like I'd even desire anything to do with you now? How does my getting married to my husband have anything to do with you coming back to me? I'm so ecstatic to see that you're happy to be in touch with me, but that sentiment is not reciprocated. So please leave me alone for good now.
What are you saying, Juliet? How about you and I start cohabitating?
Pardon me?
I'm sure you're overjoyed to finally be hearing from your mom after 20 years, right? And for the past 20 years, I've really been longing to see you again. But I never had the opportunity to go out and see what kind of gorgeous woman you were becoming until recently. I'm sure the reason you snagged a successful man like that is because you were raised by a beauty like me and have turned out as my clone. I'm sure if you resembled your dad, you'd be a complete disaster right about now.
Stop it. Don't you dare utter anything more about my dad in that manner. It's because of you and your selfish actions that Dad was forced to have to pay off so much of your debt. And I'm sure you never even gave that a second thought back then.
And let me make this clear to you, Juliet. He wasn't the only one that had to endure a lot of difficulties like that. I myself had a lot of troubles that gave me all kinds of migraines. So stop pretending like he was the only one. But listen, back when I was young and I had no other option than to leave the house for a while, and now that I'm nearing the end of my 40s, it's time for me to calm down and be with my family again. And that's why you should be okay with me coming to live with you, right?
No freaking way, thank you.
Why not? I'm asking you in the most courteous way I know how.
This isn't about the way you're asking me or anything like that. I just don't want you back in my life. I don't even consider you as my family. So there's no chance you're coming to live in my house. And if you persisted to plead with me to let you come saying that you want to see me so badly, I'm going to block you.
Is it really essential for you to be so frosty to your own mother? And what is this about you not regarding me as your mother anymore?
That means that you're not my mom, and you never, ever will be. I'm not even sure why you decided it was a wise idea to contact me like this, without at least contemplating how I'd react to you first. But you're seriously annoying me.
Are you joking, Juliet? I finally managed to muster the confidence to contact you after so many long and hard years. And this is how you're going to behave? Well, if this is really how you're going to treat me, then maybe I was better off never contacting you.
You're absolutely right. You should have never tried. And what's this about needing confidence anyway? Were you scared I'd be angry with you? Because you were right to be scared of that outcome?
No, it's just the only reason I haven't been talking to you at all for so long is because I never had the confidence to reach back out to you. But you have to believe me when I say that this whole time I've been thinking about you, and this time I finally hoped, after sending you the first message, that this would be my opportunity to meet you again. Why are you giving me the cold treatment? Juliet, you're supposed to be my daughter.
Do you think by telling me something like that about yourself, you're going to get me to feel touched by it?
What is wrong with you? You are seriously being way too impolite to your own mother.
Are you sure that I'm the one being impolite to you? I wasn't the one that abandoned her 5-year-old daughter and husband while in massive debt and never coming back, even after a decade had elapsed. Now you can stop attempting to talk with me. I'm totally fine with you just leaving me alone now.
I want the two of us to become a family again and rekindle what we had so long ago.
Rekindle what we had. You do realize we aren't a pair or anything, right?
When I tried getting in touch with your father, he never cared to even respond to me. I was being so nice and everything to him when saying that I'd love to be back in the same home with him. But he never sent me a reply or even read my message to him.
I'm sure in his case he didn't want to read what you'd sent to him and has already blocked your number by now. My dad is a very ruthless person after all.
I'm getting exhausted going on about this, Juliet. Now, let me come and live with you again. And please take excellent care of me as well. It was me who brought you into this world in the first place, right? So you'd better be willing to repay the favor.
Thank you so much for giving birth to me. There you go, I just said thank you for your hard work. Can we seriously be done here now?
What the heck is that? Let me come and live with you right now.
Can you please stop trying to force your way back into my life, just so that you can have access to my money? You just asked me to take excellent care of you. In other words, you only want to be around me for my money, right?
Well, when you phrase it that way, I guess so. Well, you already know what I want from you, so I'll be there soon to start living with you again. Please and thank you. And if you don't tell me your address soon, I'll just look it up or something. It's not that difficult of a piece of information to find these days.
You really think it's a brilliant idea to take things that far?
And if I have to pay someone to find you for me, I'll make sure you reimburse me for that fee when I arrive.
I've had enough of this, Gabriella. Stop trying to act like things will go your way after trying all of that with me. What right do you even think you still have to be saying things like that to me? Seriously, you are nothing to me now besides a complete stranger. And even strangers know not to say things like that.
I am your mother, and that's why I'm talking to you this way. As far as I can tell, the man you've married seems to have the kind of money to help his mother-in-law get back on her feet and live a happy and have fun life. So you can see now there's no other option besides letting me come live with you, right? You happen to land yourself a CEO for a husband. That's pretty darn amazing, considering how ugly you are. But I'm going to rekindle the love we had back in the day. So let me come and live with you in that house of yours right now.
Well, if you really want to talk about who my mother is, then you can talk with her about it, since she's sitting right next to me.
Huh?
Are you going to shut the hell up now after realizing that you aren't my mom anymore? Right now I'm living with my mom, and she is most definitely not someone like you. So what the actual frick are you going on about by saying you're my mom and everything?
Your mom? That woman is anything but your mom, Juliet. I'm not sure whether your dad got remarried or something else to force a woman like that back into your life. But the only mother you have right now is me. So you treat me like your mother again and let me come live there with you.
No way!
Huh?
After you ran away and left us with your debt, Dad was able to find another woman to marry who took us both in as her own. And to me, she is my real mother, not you. I am thankful that you went through the hardship of giving birth to me. But besides that, you mean nothing more to me than any other stranger. Actually, I take that back. You mean less to me than most strangers?
And what do you mean she's with you right now? Are you actually letting her live with you?
I already told you that we're living in the same house together. But I guess you didn't bother reading that. She just moved in with us last week, and from here on out, she'll be staying with us forever. However, it doesn't really feel that way since my husband was able to build her own sub-house on the property. So really she's living with us, but in a separate building. It's just nice having her live close to us though, so that we know she's safe and can reach out to us whenever she needs anything. The whole family is all living together now and all happy about it.
Is it really essential for you to be so cold to your own mother? What the hell do you think you're saying to me?
What's wrong? Why are you getting so upset with me now after hearing something like that? Aren't you supposed to be all happy to see that I'm doing well? Or perhaps you're upset because you can't be here with all of us.
Stop uttering things like that. I have every right to be furious about something like this. And I'm sure anyone else in my shoes would be as well. I'm supposed to be your mother, but you keep talking about that other woman as though she's your mom.
Really? I've told you countless times now that you are not my mother, and never will be right. You haven't even seen me for the past 20 years now. So who the hell are you even? That's what I feel like asking you? Because I seriously have no clue about who you are, or why you think it's okay to be talking to me like this. I bet if we met, I still wouldn't even be able to recognize who you are.
Why do you keep talking more and more like that to me? Did your dad never teach you the proper way to talk to your mother? I never meant to do anything wrong to you. And I was the one who gave birth to you. So seeing you act like such a jerk to me hurts. What the hell am I supposed to do when my daughter doesn't know how to treat me right?
You only gave birth to me. 5 years after that, you then left me and were never there for me my whole life growing up. And because of you running away from me and Dad, you left Dad in a horrible position where he had to sacrifice so much to keep us afloat. He was lucky to have found someone like my mom to marry him. And since then, he's been a whole lot happier with life.
Lucky to have found someone like her? He should be lucky to have had me around to give him you as his daughter. And now I need you to be my daughter. What am I supposed to do if my own daughter doesn't want to help me take care of me?
Well, let me tell you that it's not any of my business what you do.
What?
And as far as Dad being lucky to have had you, shut the hell up. All you did for him was bring a daughter into this world. But after that, you left him to care for me all the time, even though he had work to focus on as well. And you did all that just so that you could go out every night and have fun on the town. And when you started to rack up some serious debt, you left it for Dad to take care of as you ran off, never to be heard from again. You never once treated me like your daughter back then. You dog! The only person you ever cared about back then was yourself. And even now you're showing me that you haven't changed one bit.
The past has nothing to do with now.
It sure the hell does though, Gabriella. My actual mom has been with me for the past 18 years and has raised me as her own without ever questioning who I was to her. And even though we don't share the same blood, I'd have to say mine looks a lot more similar to hers instead of whatever toxic crap runs through your veins.
Do you really think she can be your mom? I bet deep down she doesn't really care for you and has only been raising you just to stay with your father. So stop trying to act as though that love is mutual. Because it sure isn't.
Say whatever you'd like, Gabriella, but know that the love I have for her will never go to you.
Huh?
And by the way, I'm not even legally your daughter anymore. I only have one mother, both legally and personally. So can we seriously be done with all of this? You can complain all you want about reality, but it's not going to change a dang thing.
The only mother you're ever going to have is me. And that's it. Now, you come help me pay for me to have a good life in my later years.
The fact that all you care about is having me around to pay for your needs is just disgusting. So disgusting that I will never ever let you into my life.
Huh?
Even after 20 years have elapsed, after you ran away to fix your problems, you're still struggling, and that's why you came looking for me. And when you saw that I had gotten married to a man with lots of money, you thought you'd be able to come live with me. Stop messing around, you old stupid dog. Sure, I am thankful that you gave birth to me and all that, but I don't care about you in any other way. I'm sorry that you think giving birth to me gives you a free pass to rule over me, but it doesn't. And you didn't even stick around to raise me. So really, all you did was the bare minimum. I'm living a very happy life now with my family. So how about before you come back to me trying to join us? You first fix your own dang life, you idiot.
What kind of attitude is that? You have no right being that mean towards me.
I think my attitude towards you is justified right now, considering you threw my dad and I away when I was only 5 years old. To be honest, I don't give a flying freak about you. But really, growing up, I did have something against you. You ruined my dad's whole life, leaving him with your debt. And that hurt me more than not having a mother for 2 years. But when my dad found his new wife, things changed for him. And he was slowly able to pay off all your debt with her help. Really, you leaving the two of us behind was the best thing for us, as we finally got to experience peace with my current mom around. So please, for the love of God, can you just leave us all alone now?
You know I can't do that. If I leave you all alone, what's going to happen to me? This is my only chance to pay off all my current debt and be completely free again.
I knew it. He really did only come looking for me because you need money. Well, too bad nobody over here cares about you anymore.
Right now, the amount of debt I'm in is way too much for only me to handle, though. No matter how hard I try and break free, I need someone like you to come and help me. So please help me, Juliet.
Are you not embarrassed to be acting like that?
Huh?
You're coming back crying to the child you threw away 20 years ago asking for money. It's freaking embarrassing, even for me. Also, I just talked with my longtime friend about how you asked them for my number. You came back to town because you were so broke that you have been going to everyone you once knew in town asking for money. Even my longtime friend said that you went to her asking for money. But you know what? I don't care that you're doing that. Just as long as you stop saying to everyone that you're my mom.
But you are my daughter, which makes me your mother.
You sure as hell aren't. No. Also, I just told Dad about what you've been wanting to tell him.
You told him? I'm sure he wants to get back with me as well now, right? If he is feeling that way about me, then tell him that I'm totally down with the two of us getting married again.
Hold up! What kind of fantasy is that you're thinking of? He told me to let you know that we are all much happier without you in our lives.
What? But I have the right to be happy with all of you as well, right?
You have nothing to do with us now. So what you've said makes no sense to me. Well, anyway, my dad doesn't have anything else to say to you about this, so consider him gone. And he said, if you still want to talk with him about anything, to go through his lawyer.
Huh? Lawyer? Why should I go talk to his lawyer?
Well, he has contacted his legal representative and the law enforcement authorities once again about the numerous troubles and inconveniences you have been creating for us. And they have informed him that based on your subsequent actions, they might be compelled to come to your location and take you into custody. So I believe this is the end of the road for you, isn't it? It would be in your best interest to just surrender and disappear from our lives.
Hold on a minute. How did things escalate to this level? I've not committed any crime or wrongdoing so far. You are really going to drag the law into this mess?
Lately, you have been bombarding him with a plethora of emails containing menacing and intimidating messages, haven't you?
What? Menacing and intimidating him? All I have been attempting to do lately is to establish some communication with him after 2 long decades of silence and separation.
Just be aware that if you dare to do anything more to us after this day, my father will have no choice but to take action and ensure that you never cross paths with us ever again. There is absolutely nothing else you can accomplish now, so just quit already. You are the fool who made the decision to abandon your family 20 years ago, so you have to face the consequences of that choice now. I could not care less about the life you have to endure now, but it has zero relevance to us here. Now go and find some other place to decay and perish because it will not be anywhere near us, you pathetic and miserable creature. After that, the hopeless and terrified Gabriella searched desperately for Juliet's residence, and when she finally located it, she began to approach it hastily. However, when she reached the entrance of the exclusive neighborhood, she was confronted by security, who escorted her to their office. And while trapped with security, the police were summoned and arrived to file a report on her. She might have left my dad with a mountain of debt when she fled from us, but it appeared as though she had accumulated even more debt now after 2 decades of wandering and drifting. And it is completely certain to say that her life is finished and ruined now. From this moment on, she will never be able to harass or disturb Juliet and her family, as a legal order of protection has been issued against her. And as for all that debt she still possesses, the financial institution and the legal system will be dealing with that aspect. And I have to admit, when it involves a lunatic and moron like her, it is probably the most favorable outcome having the law take her away. When it comes to her, I truly appreciate that she gave me life. But every instant after my birth, I have to confess that I have loathed her, and we will never forgive what she did to my dad and me.